Yes, good morning, Mr. Black.
Good morning, my lord. I'm sorry to drag you out of retirement so quickly after
Yes.
this occurred. My lord, I am the sole party before you today. I think I'm duty-bound to read an email to you immediately from Al-Tamimi representing the second defendant. And
Is that one time 943?
Begins, we write further to your email.
Yes, no, I have received a copy of that.
Well, I'm obliged, my lord. In that case, I won't read it as long as it's recorded.
I'm not entirely sure where we are. Your solicitors sent a message to the court that they were proposing to attend at 9:30 to, as I quote, address the judges.
Yes.
When they're available on matters relating to this case. As you probably appreciate, neither Sir Richard Field nor Justice Judith Prakash are within the jurisdiction. So the judges, if they were referring to the Court of Appeal, are not here. We're not.
I think we're probably back before the Court of First Instance.
Yes.
In any event.
Well, then it's possibly not appropriate that I should hear it, since I'm a party to the Court of Appeal, and we've got a fixture for a further hearing if such proves necessary. I may be able to persuade Sir Jeremy Cook to hear what you want to say, but I just want to have some idea of what I'm going to tell him is happening.
Well, my lord, can I just explain this? And I won't make the submission I'm going to make, but give you the general shape of things.
Yes.
Those instructing me learned late last night that there has been that the proceedings have been issued in Dubai, and indeed that the JJC has accepted those proceedings. We have obtained this morning the actual petition before the JJC.
That's substantive case number 257, is it?
I haven't even had.
No,
no,
don't worry.
I've had this in my hands for about 5 minutes. But I do have a copy of the petition. And I have a copy for.
Well, I'd better see that.
If I might come forward to. I have not read that.
No. Oh wait, no. This is the application to the JJC.
Yes.
Not an application to the Dubai courts.
It's not, sorry, application to the JJC.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I have not seen that either.
We have
even
not
though I'm a member of the committee.
Well, that is really the thrust of where I was going to go with my submission. But, my lord, we have not been served with any proceedings in Dubai. We have not been served.
Sorry, just pause there.
Yes.
You've been served with.
No, we've not been served.
There have been no proceedings in the Dubai court, so far as you know.
Well, that's why we're here before the court today. We know nothing. Literally, my instructing solicitors obtained this from the court file this morning in Dubai. So they actually, I think, searched the court file. Is that right?
There is a case to
You found a case?
Yeah, there is a case.
There is apparently a substantive case, but we haven't got that.
And that's not been served on you?
And not been served on us.
Nor has this application. How did you get this?
My instructing solicitors went to the court to take it off the record. So that's not been served on us.
Well, when you say to the court, which court?
Dubai court. Dubai, I'm told Dubai court.
So the application to the JJC was filed in the Dubai courts?
May I just take instructions on that? Is that right? Yes, my lord. My instructions are that all of this comes from the Dubai court.
Right.
So, of course, as your lordship observed, you are indeed a member of the committee yourself. So, we come to this court to find out what's going on, essentially, because when we asked to come before the court, we didn't even have that. We didn't know. And at least once we have some information as to what's going on, there are certain applications that I would wish to make. We also understand that the second defendant's lawyers have been attempting to contact this court ex parte. We've not been copied into anything.
I was unaware of that.
Yes, in relation, well, that's why we wish them to be here to explain their position, but they've declined to come. They, I believe, have been asking for the freezing order to be discharged because of the alleged stay that arises out of the reference to the JJC. Of course, my submissions will be in due course that doesn't affect them anyway because they're not a party to the application of the JJC, only the first defendant is. But secondly, there is jurisprudence in this court which is backed up by provision in the RDC that a freezing order is not, in any event, discharged by a stay of proceedings. So our primary submission would be to ask for the court to reaffirm that notwithstanding this reference, the freezing order remains in force. And I will also...
So can I just interrupt you? You did say a moment ago, maybe I misheard you, that the second defendant, Straight,
yes,
is not a party to the JJC application.
No, it says the applicant is Mr. Akhmedov, if you look, I think, in the third box down in heavy type.
Yes.
And you see the address of the lawyers at the top. Those are Mr. Akhmedov's lawyers, not Straight's lawyers.
Thank you.
So,
sorry, I keep interrupting.
No.
Have you received a copy of the order purportedly issued by the acting chairman of the Cassation Court, Justice Fatih Mahmoud Fatih Kura?
No, we've received no order.
Well, let me show you this, and you tell me whether you or your clients or your solicitors have ever seen it.
Thank you very much.
That was sent to the court yesterday.
This is an order. No. That's not. No, we've not seen this document. I haven't had time to read it.
Thank you.
Well,
whether I should leave a copy with you or not, I don't know. But
well, I was going to ask the Lord. Well, my Lord, I was actually going to ask the court for a copy of any order, and because, of course, if it is the joint tribunal, the word joint gives a clue. So this court would be able to give me a copy of the order.
Well, you better keep that document.
Well, I'm obliged for that, my Lord. We are not in the addressees of this order, clearly, but I do note immediately that Straight is not named as an applicant, but as a respondent to it. So in order that if you feel unable personally to proceed, what I will be asking the court is for a confirmation that the freezing order stands, notwithstanding.
Well, what I can say is this, and perhaps your solicitors gave a note on it. It is the position of the Dubai International Financial Centre courts, and in this respect I effectively rely upon the position of the Chief Justice and the Registrar, that the court must act in accordance with its own laws of procedure, and that the view of the DIFCC is that the Joint Judicial Council is not an executive body. Its function is to rule on disputes as to jurisdiction, but cannot directly issue orders to either the Dubai courts or the DIFC courts, each of which ought to act in accordance with their procedural rules for rescinding or varying existing orders. So the position of this court would be that the status quo can't alter, without a formal application, supported with appropriate material and a draft order. Now, having said that, I must tell you that that position is controversial and not necessarily shared by all members of the Judicial Committee. This point has arisen before.
My Lord, yes. Which is why I was rather hoping there might be some representation from Straight.
Right.
Because I think Straight take the view of the other members of the committee who disagree with
And it may be the Dubai courts will.
it may be that is a risk that we will have to take.
I mean, I can conceive a position, just thinking aloud, in which this court did not feel it appropriate to rescind or stay, whatever the right expression is, the freezing order, but nonetheless, the Dubai courts felt it was necessary to rescind or terminate the restraining order, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's an attachment, and there are arguments about what the nature of an attachment.
No, but I think I've said enough. I'm not sure that it's appropriate for me to get bogged down in this, not only because I'm a member of the Court of Appeal in this case, but because I'm a member of the committee.
Yes.
I express I think without much hesitation, an element of concern about what is going on. Both the fact, I've no idea when this application was made to the JJC.
I understand Wednesday,
i.e.
your hearsay.
But
while the Court of Appeal hearing is going.
During the hearing,
Yes.
then all I can say is express an element of surprise that the court wasn't told.
Yes.
But equally a concern that no copy of the application was served upon either the court or you. And perhaps even greater concern that the order which was issued by the acting chairman was never served on you or us until quite recently.
My Lord, yes.
Anyway, it doesn't help you much.
No,
but I'm afraid I must pull out of this.
Yes, may I suggest a way forward in that respect? It would, I think, assist the court if the court let it be known. For example, if justice, if another justice were willing to hear this matter, that it would assist the court if Straight's legal representatives appeared.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that, presumably both Straight and Mr. Akhmedov.
Indeed so.
Well, particularly as Mr. Akhmedov, as you say, is the applicant.
Yes. Yes. If that message were.
But that's if you're right, it's slightly odd that they are not challenging by way of disputed jurisdiction the Straight's position. Anyway, there it is.
Well, there it is, my Lord. But so, with respect, may I respectfully suggest that if that message could possibly be conveyed to the legal representatives of the first and second defendant, and we await the convenience of Mr. Justice Cook if he is the person to deal with it.
Okay. And do you have any copy of the Dubai court proceedings which are said to conflict with these proceedings?
You're trying to get. Yeah, apparently they're being obtained as we speak.
Okay. Well, I will.
I think they're in Arabic, probably.
Well, if they're in Arabic, I'm afraid they need to be translated.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm sorry not to be of greater assistance to you. I will speak to Sir Jeremy, who I know is here at least today. Is he here tomorrow? No. So you're going to have to grab him this afternoon if you need him.
Well, we will obviously await the court's convenience.
Well, I will, as you might say, fill him in, if not instruct him. And see if we can get something together this afternoon.
I'm greatly obliged, my Lord. We're very greatly obliged.
Anyway, I've indicated what I call the DIOC court's position in regard to this state of affairs, which doesn't arise for the first time. What does arise for the first time here is the extraordinary lack of service of any document of any kind in respect of any proceeding.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Well, there we are. I'm sorry I can't help you any further.
All rise.